Hey guys, welcome. I'm Mark, Crypto Boy in Oz. It is the 17th of October. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Western Australia. And October is panning out beautifully. I mean, really, you look at the charts, you look at where we've come from and where we're heading, and then you start looking at like Plan B's predictions. Like he's got the two previous ones pretty much spot on. I mean, down to a few $100. And he's got for the end of October at Bitcoin at 63k. Now, obviously, anything more than 63k is amazing. 63k in itself, if you go back a month or two, you were thinking, really? Is that going to happen? Like, really? And I think most people now, they're probably under the same kind of consensus that Bitcoin is going to be minimum 63k, because like with the 17th of October, we've got like 2 more weeks left. Bitcoin is at $60,600, like right now. It has. Let's go back to the 7-day. It has been up to 62 almost. Well, it's been higher actually. It's been what 62 and a half thousand. So it has been there, and I think by the end of this month, Bitcoin is going to be way higher, with the possibility of pulling back to 63k. And if that happens, that is just Plan B is obviously time traveler, as many people have said, jokingly. But if this pans out and it's 63k or 63.2, 63.3, or anything around that kind of price point, you'd be like, okay, well, you may as well just take it as he is a man from the future and look at his stock to flow model, look at his price predictions and go all in on it, because it's looking pretty damn bullish. And you can't really be bearish right now, because you're looking at everything that's on the cards, everything that's on the table, like all the fundamentals, everything's looking bullish. You're looking at the ETFs, what have just been approved. I think there's 2 of them, 2 ETFs what have been approved. Now, bear in mind, they're not, They're not your traditional ETFs were called spot ETFs. They're slightly different. They're future ETFs. And to get your head around that, this article here explains it pretty well. So when you buy a regular ETF, the value of the shares is based entirely on the price of the underlying asset. So the shares that you're buying are based purely on Bitcoin, for instance, whether it be like that gold, oil, basket of S&Ps. When you're buying a futures ETF, there are other factors at play that lend the price of the shares to diverge from the asset. So futures in ETF are slightly different, and mentions down here about like who the real benefits are, and basically it's your professional traders. So the professional traders are going to benefit most from a futures ETF, because they know how they work, they know how to hedge the bets pretty much. But this has been approved, so there's no going back now. I mean, this is it. It's kind of setting the precedent. The SEC has kind of said, okay, we've been beating around the bush now. I mean, Bitcoin ETFs have been on the table now for 8 years, and it's only really this last 18 months to a year where you're starting to get all the serious investment from your big institutions, your big corporates. You've seen the money flowing in at a record pace, and I think because of that now, and there's so much hype, it's getting the network effect. And I think the SEC is under pressure, and that's why they've approved this futures ETF. And before long, I think you're going to get a spot ETF. But because this has already been pre-approved and this is actually happening, the money what's going to flow into Bitcoin now is going to be in the billions, and it wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have had the billions and billions and billions of dollars flowing into Bitcoin without this future ETF. And then this is the next article. What I was looking at is Greyscale investment. they're close to filing an application for a spot ETF. So basically, what Greyscale are doing, they've got a what do you call it, a Bitcoin fund at the minute. Grayscale Investment plans on filing an application to convert the world's biggest Bitcoin fund into a spot ETF. So when that happens, I mean, this is like massive news. So the application begins a 75-day review period, said the source, who declined to be identified because of the New York-based company hasn't disclosed its plans. Greyscale Investments plans on filing an application to convert the world's biggest Bitcoin fund into a spot ETF early next week. The investment firm had intended to file the application to the Securities and Exchange Commission as soon as the agency allowed efforts by competitors for a futures-based Bitcoin ETF, which has happened. So a spot ETF is what everybody wants, but this future ETF is getting the ball rolling. It's kind of got over a few hurdles. It's the SEC have approved it, so the spot ETF is going to be coming. So the money what's going to be coming in the crypto space is unreal. I mean, if you're looking at the market cap now, we're at $2.48 trillion market cap, and I seriously think in the next couple of weeks, I reckon this is probably going to be up to a $3 trillion market cap. And I'm not just plucking numbers out of thin air. I'm just kind of looking at all the investors, the investment that's going to come flooding in as soon as this futures ETF goes live, and that's going to be happening like I think Monday. So they've been wanting to get in for so long. The money will just be sat on the sideline ready to go, and yeah, by the end of October, I think it's going to go absolutely mental. So if you've got any money on the sidelines, I mean, I've got a good friend of mine, and he's just sold his house in the UK, and he's going to have a lot. Sorry, he's bringing over quite a bit of money. I mean, I'm an average guy. I mean, when you say $1,000 to me, that's a substantial amount of money. So he's bringing like quite a lot of money over, and I've told him about crypto, and he's just not into it. He's just, because he doesn't understand it, he won't put his money into it. But the problem is, I've told him about the cycles, how there's an ETF like coming imminently, how this cycle is going to go for the second part, and it's going to go absolutely mental. I've told him the urgency that he needs to educate himself, and he's just not that type of person. He's just not willing to go down the rabbit hole and embrace the fact that crypto blockchain technology is going to change the world as we know it. And what can you do? Like you can tell people till you're blue in the face, but you don't want to come across that you're shilling them and you're trying to con them into something, because I think that's what some people think. So you can only mention it. I mean, I've got another friend who's a roof plumber, and I've told him, and he said, "Well, if you do it for me," I'm like, "So you're going to give me your money and you want me to do it for you, but you won't do it yourself?" And I thought, no way. I'm not opening myself up to a lot of tax implications. So the amount of people I mention it to, and yeah, I mean, maybe when the penny will drop, like Jan, Feb, March, April next year, when Bitcoin might be clinging on to an $500,000 price, or Polkadot might be like $800, because no one knows. Like, people are pulling out these numbers, what appear to bystanders that aren't in crypto, like they're pulling these numbers out of thin air, thinking that they're just making stuff up, and they're not predictions where they've got any weight behind them. But a lot of the times, the predictions what people are giving, they're like really conservative. There's so many people in the space that are saying like Bitcoin is going to be $100,000. And if you look at it, like it's $61,000 now. This second leg has not even moved. Like if you go on to Google Trends, in fact, I'm just gonna Sorry about that. I've just gone onto Google Trends, what I was talking about. And if you look back in 2017, so this was like the last bull cycle. And this is people typing Bitcoin into Google Trends. And bear in mind, Bitcoin in 2017 compared to now was so not on the radar of most people. Like, people had heard of it, like, oh yeah, Bitcoin, but no one really knew anything about it. And the chances of them knowing about Ethereum were pretty unlikely. People didn't know anything about most cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin probably just rang a bell. But if you look at the chart now, like where it is now, and then you look at May, like this point here now is May. This is when we had like the bull run kind of got started, and then it kind of plateaued mid-May, and then it came down. But if you look there, it's still nothing compared to where we were in 2017. And the interest now compared to 2017 is insane. Like, the amount of people that are into crypto now is off the charts compared to 2017. So believe me when I tell you this, and look where we are right now. So October the 10th to the 16th, we're kind of flat, like nothing's happening. So when you get this parabolic run, this is what happened in real life. So from the beginning of October, it slowly started going up, and then from like the end of November to the end of December, I mean, look at the increase. It absolutely went parabolic, as did the price. Well, look where we are now. It's not even moved. It's literally not moved. So to get in now is an understatement. Like, honestly, if I weren't married, I'd have sold my house, I'd have rented it out, and I'd have put every single penny. I'd have been living in my ute, and I'd put it all into Bitcoin, everything. Now the other half of me is kind of glad I've got a wife to balance myself out, because I'm probably too reckless for most people. But without risk, there's no reward. And thankfully, I've been fortunate enough where moving to Australia has given me the ability to have a better life than what I did in the UK. And it's given me more of a disposable income. And that disposable income, I've just put everything into Bitcoin. Like, literally, I do not spend money on clothes. I do not go out. Any extra money that I can hustle, whatever that is, it goes straight into crypto. Like, every single bit of it. And the reason being is because you don't need to be a rocket scientist. Just look on Google Trends, type in Bitcoin, type in crypto. So if you want to go on a more general one. And in 2017, the search term crypto wasn't being searched. But then, because of all the interest that we've had, and we had like the first part of the bull run broke out, and it went up quite high here in April. But look where we are now. It's not even come close. Like, it's not come close. And if we jump back here to the fear and greed index, like the fear and greed index, we're at 80. 80. So this is telling you like what the market is feeling. So when Bitcoin were like to 30k, this fear and greed index, we're down here, we're like at 5. Bitcoin's at 60k and it's at 80. 80. So this is like a inclination of what's coming next. This next leg from 80 down to 100. When it gets to 100, this means it's going mental. This means the parabolic price cycle is nearly upon us. But then when you jump back to Google Trends, it's not even, people haven't even started searching yet. Like, seriously. Once this starts going, you don't want to be buying Bitcoin when this is up here somewhere. Like, now is the perfect time. And Bitcoin is a representation of all crypto assets. So you don't necessarily need to buy Bitcoin, in my opinion. Like, if you're buying major alts, the major alts will go up. percentage wise way more than what Bitcoin will. So if you had, I know, for instance, 10 grand, you put 10 grand into Bitcoin, obviously then you've, whatever Bitcoin goes up, you're going to be making some good money. But if you put 10 grand in, say, Chainlink, or 10 grand in Terra Luna, 10 grand in Solana, 10 grand in Polkadot, the returns is going to be way more putting it into something like that. And I'm not telling you that's what you need to do. You need to do your own research. But personally, I've got a hell of a lot of Polkadot, so I put it in there, and then when I'm happy with the price where it goes, then I can take the money out of there, and then I can put it into Bitcoin. So yeah, the sentiment right now across crypto is very, very, very bullish. And for anybody that looks at the charts and you see like a lot of red, like stuff's gone down, you're always going to get days where prices just plateau, they go sideways, or they might go down a little bit. And you'll get the odd coin, like here you've got Phantom, which is 15% up, but then you've got Hex, which is like 18% down. This will always happen. But all in all, it's still very, very, very bullish. Bitcoin's up 100% year to date. Ethereum 400%. Binance is up over 1,000%. I mean, Solana's up 9,000% almost. But what these are showing now, these percentages, like, they're nothing compared to what it's going to be at the end of this bull run. And this bull run might go to the end of December, but it could stretch through to January, February, March. And Plan B's, one of Plan B's latest interviews was talking about when he think the bull run is going to end, and he was actually saying towards the end of Q1. So like you're looking at March time, where if that happens, can you think? Just trying to imagine what the price of all these major alts can be, and then all the micro alts, the tiny alts, because the major alts will go up massive, but then money will flow into the smaller alts. Like, so you've got things on the like Polkadot ecosystem when the parachains launched. Then you got like your Cardano ecosystem, Solana ecosystem. There's a lot of projects on these blockchains because the blockchains are new. Like Solana's not been going long. It's mainnet, and all the projects on Solana haven't been going too long. Cardano's literally just got going. There's not really much running on the Cardano mainnet just yet. But all these projects are on these, like AVAX, Avalanche. You've got all these projects that are launching on these, and they're tiny, tiny market caps. So the money's going to flow into like Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's going to flow into like your major alts. But then when serious money's been made from these major alts, then it's going to pump into these smaller alts, and these smaller alts are going to kill it. I mean, these are going to make massive, massive gains. And it's just all about timing the market, getting out at the right time. Because if you get out at the right time, then you can jump back into Bitcoin with it, or you can maybe put a percentage in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then have some in USDC. But just make sure you've got a plan on how you plan on getting out, because you want to make sure that you benefit when the prices crash. Then you can jump back in next year and pick stuff up at a fraction of the cost and make even more life-changing gains. But yeah, I think this week is going to be pivotal. I really do. I think with this futures ETF, I think the money what's going to pump in is going to be like nothing we've seen in a long time. I think and you got to notice that straight away just by looking at the market cap. $2.5 trillion market cap. Just keep your eye on this market cap, and just start investing in whatever you can afford, whatever coins you can get in that have got like your major alts are like a safe bet to be getting in, because if you want to be a part of this revolution, if you will, this blockchain kind of Web3 infrastructure, what is going to change how everything works, and it's gonna. We don't know how it's going to change it yet in the banking sector, but the banking sector has got to change because DeFi is killing it, because the amount of people investing into stable coins or staking assets for yield, it is phenomenal, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and banks will be getting scared because they can't offer anything. Like they're offering negative interest, so they can't offer you anything. So DeFi is going to change the finance sector, but then you've got your NFT side of things where everything's kind of tokenized, and I think the end result, the primary usage of NFTs, like the eureka moment of what the primary uses of an NFT will be, I don't even think it's been thought of yet, to be honest. I mean, everything that's going around now is brilliant. Like you can NFT your house, you can, like real estate, you can put it on an NFT. You can do so much with it, with tickets, and you can link it to so many different things with gaming, artwork. I mean, the potential is endless. But I think the primary use case of an NFT, or like the eureka moment where you think, oh my God, I don't even think it's been thought of yet. I really don't. So anyway, I'm not going to keep any more of your time. Just wanted to do a bit of a market update with where we are right now with crypto, with Bitcoin, and where we're going to be going, and just get the hell into crypto, please. I'm not telling you, but I am telling you. If you're not in crypto, get in it. If you've got some cash, buy anything. Just buy anything. Just look at the top 20 and just buy anything. Probably stay away from Shiba and maybe Dogecoin because they don't really do anything, but you'll still make money on it. Just get in, please, please, please get in, because you won't regret it. Trust me. And follow my channel, and I'll obviously keep you updated on what I'm doing, how I'm going to exit the market at some point. But if you like what you've watched, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get the updates. Invest well, invest well, invest well. It's what I always say, and I mean it. And remember, there's a crypto boy in every single one of you, even you women out there. Until next time.